K.
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 Go.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Imagination Tech. So today we are going to build Carla's new whoop, and we have all of these parts right now. So this is, let's go through the parts first, okay? So this is the 65mm brushed frame from Makerfire, and it comes in this box, and it comes with two frames, so at least you have a spare in case you destroy one of those frames. These frames need 760 motors, which means they're 7mm in diameter and 16mm high, and these are 7x16 19,000 kV motors from BetaFPV. 19,000 kV means 19,000 rotations per volt, so you're feeding that around 4 volts, so that's around almost 80,000 rounds per second or something like that, RPM, rounds per minute maybe. Okay, so and we're going to put in this BetaFPV flight controller with OSD. And finally, we have this Cadex Firefly. This is quite an old FPV camera, but I got this for free from John Alsona. Thank you. This is a split type FPV cam, meaning there's a separate camera and there's a separate board. And if you have an all-in-one AIO, that's where the camera is. Like it usually looks like this. It's one unit. So you can use this directly by just plugging it into the board, just powering it up, and it will just work. But for today, we are going to need to do some modifications so that it's going to feed the OSD from the flight controller into the VTX, and then that's what you see on your goggles, because otherwise you won't see the voltage and everything. Alright, so first we need to prepare the frame. What color do you want to use first? The blue or the white?
White.
The white, okay. I think the blue looks better. But it's gonna be our whoop anyway. Okay, so usually, I'm not sure which one is the front. I think this one is the front. Yeah, this one's the front, the one with the thing. So the first thing we need to put in are our motors. So these are your motors. Do the honors. There. So you have 4 motors, and 2 of them rotate clockwise, 2 of them rotate counterclockwise. The black and white ones, the ones with the black and white wires, rotate counterclockwise, and the red and white and blue, they rotate clockwise. So normally in a whoop or in a standard quad, your front left will have clockwise spinning motors, and your back right also will have clockwise spinning motors. So let's do that first. Okay, so what you do is, I'm going to do it first and then you will just do it after, okay, with the others. So you just slide the wires in and slide the whole motor in all the way until it's flushed. Wow, it's quite tight there. So there's some space at the bottom for the wires, so do that first with all of them. So now you have all of your motors in place. You just need to twist all of these wires so that they're nice and neat. Do that. Okay, so now let's open up our flight controller. Okay, so you have your flight controller, and the side with the antenna is usually the top, and you can see that arrow. The side of the arrow is usually the top. You can see the arrow, that's the one pointing forward. So you just place this on here in the correct orientation. Before that, it comes with some of these rubber grommets and screws. Grommets, maybe. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna give it to you first, and for you to figure out what these are for. There, just in case.
Look for the screw.
Where do they go?
Corners.
So put them in. Just slide them in, pop them in. Okay, next you need to put the flight controller on to that board. Pay attention to the orientation, which should face forward and everything. Okay, yeah. But you need to pull this out so that you can plug your battery easily. Now you just place the flight controller onto those holes. Just push it down. Now you just need to plug the motor wires onto the nearest motor plug. Make sure they're in the right orientation or they won't go in. So, how's that? Alright, so we have our motors plugged in and we have our flight controller plugged in. Now we just need to hook up our FPV and VTX. We need to bring out our soldering iron for this part. Right now, our FPV cam is directly connected to our VTX, but what we need to do is for the video from the camera to go into the board first, and then from the board go out to the VTX. And that's because we want the board to put all of the OSD things like the voltage, your timer, your name, whatever you want there. It puts it on the video as an OSD and then puts it out to the VTX.
Gusto ko laro na, tapos na agad. Pag nakapagod ng setup.
Okay, so let's just plug this in, make sure that nothing goes up in smoke. And then we'll see if we can search the channels on your goggles. And then we'll close this up and just bind it to your radio. Okay? So let's just plug it in. See if nothing bad happens. Okay, so I got good lights on our flight controller and our VTX. Now we just need to turn on is your goggles turned on? Okay, now do a search. Yep. Yeah. No. So you should be able to pick up the channel of your VTX, which is F7 or maybe A1.
F7, A1, B8.
Can you see anything from?
No, maybe.
It's because the lens cap is on. Sorry. Do you see anything?
No.
What do you see? Anything at all?
It says battery not full, disarm.
But no video.
No video.
Okay, so if you can see the text from the OSD, it means our VTX is correctly wired to our flight controller, but our camera is not. It's not working. Okay, yeah. So definitely the VTX is okay, but we're not getting video from the camera.
Ano?
Yan, okay.
Diba?
Okay.
K!
K.
K! Go!
So our camera is busted. Good thing we have another all-in-one FPV cam from my other Whoop, which we're gonna put in this build na lang. So what we're gonna do, you have to remove all of these wires from your flight controller.
It's ugly. It's
dirty.
dirty.
I know, but you don't have a choice. Desolder all of those wires and then just solder those wires onto that.
So I remove this.
Yeah. Alright. And then just solder in black, red, white, yellow in that order. I think. No, sorry, it's red, black, white, yellow. Yep, go ahead. You might need to do another search because I think this is set the channel E8. So set the channel to E8, or you can just look smart search.
Huh, working.
Working? Can you see yourself?
Yeah.
Alright, finally. Okay, so time to unplug the battery. And we just need to put on the canopy and find a way to mount our camera into the canopy somehow. So usually just press that lens through. All that's left is to screw on the screws that came in with the flight controller. So the canopy uses only the side screws, so you need to screw the flight controller, the front and the back screws first. Where are the screws? Here. Here's your screwdriver. I don't think it's magnetic. Screw on. Let me do it. You want
No.
to do it? Okay. We probably will put like 3M tape here, just so where the camera touches the board, it's not going to cause a short circuit. Just tighten up, don't over tighten it. Okay, now choose your props. Black, red, or white? They're all the same. Black, red, or white?
Red, black.
Red?
Black.
Black?
Red, black.
Oh, combination of red and black. Okay. You're being fancy, huh? Yes, so fancy. Red and black. No! Don't! Ouch! Do you remember which motors are clockwise and which are counterclockwise? Okay. This one is there. Okay. Good to go. You just press them on. Do the rest. Alright, you're done with your whoop. Do you have a name for it?
Patience.
Okay, show your whoop to the camera. Let's show your whoop to the camera. Yay! And this one too. Yay! Congratulations! Now we just need to configure it in Betaflight and then take it out to fly, right? Okay? Okay. Now we need to set up a model on our transmitter, and a model is basically a collection of settings that is particular to one particular quad that you want to set up. So first you want to push the menu button on your transmitter. That's the middle button, yeah. And then choose an empty slot like number 3. Okay, and then press the middle button. No, not the menu button, the select button. And then click on create model. Click the page button. Forgot about that. Okay, now we can give our model a name. Okay, now we're gonna skip right by pressing the page. We go to the mixer page, all the way to the mixer page, and then we can see that the throttle, aileron, elevator, and rudder is already set. We just need to set our arm button or our arm switch, our modes, and basically our mode switch. Scroll to channel 5, and then press the center button. And then give that a name like arm. Okay, press exit. And then now we choose the source, which basically tells us which switch will assign for this function. So press the center button again, and then you can just flick one of the switches that you want to use. Flick one. Let's say you want to put arm here. You flick the switch. It'll set it to F, and you are low battery. Then press exit. And then press exit again, and then we'll set the next channel. Press exit again, and then let's go to channel 6, and you can set this perhaps maybe to your mode. You can type mode for the source. Just choose another switch. Any switch? No, not that switch. That's a temporary switch.
Said any switch.
Yeah, any switch except the temporary switch. No. Click the center button first. When it's blinking, okay, press exit. Okay, now we're going to bind your whoop to your transmitter. Binding is basically something like pairing your Bluetooth with your mobile phone. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. So first press the menu button on your transmitter. Then press page to go into the menu of that model, and scroll all the way down. Okay, now we see internal RF and the mode is D16. Select that, and we're gonna change that to D8. D8. Okay, there you go. Press the center button and go to the item that says B and D. That's for the bind, and click on that. So that puts your transmitter on bind mode. Okay, now we need to put our whoop in bind mode as well. So what you're gonna do is pick up your whoop.
Okay, and then flip it upside down. You'll see that there is a button there. That's the bind button. What you need to do is to press that button at the same time. When it's pressed, you plug in the battery. So yeah, I can help you with the battery. So just press that button. Let me know when it's... So you just plug in the battery, and that will boot it up into bind mode. You can release it now. So that should already be bound to the radio. So we can just unplug the battery. You can also exit this transmitter. Okay, now that we've set up our model on our TX and also bound our Whoop to our TX, it's now time to connect it to BetaFlight. So we connect the Whoop via our USB. So it should automatically change this to whatever COM port it's been assigned to, and then just click on connect. Okay, so here we just want to check that it's moving correctly and that we have our orientation correct. And then we also want to go to the receiver tab, because here we want to check if we had bounded correctly. So in our radio we have it set as TAER, which corresponds to the first 4 channels of our Whoop. And we can test this out by moving the throttle stick up and down, our yaw, our roll, and then our pitch, and just checking if it's corresponding to the correct bars. So this tells me that at least the sticks are correct, and our which one is our arm switch? This one, yeah, that's for aux 1. Our aux 2 is here, so we can see that it's functioning correctly. And we can set that up in the modes tab as well, so we can add arm. Since we have that on our first on aux 1, we can just leave it like that. And also our angle is on aux 2, or rather our mode switch. So let's just say we're just gonna move this over here, or it's good. Let's just set angle mode on the default and horizon mode as the middle, so that when we have it to this position, we have acro mode, since it's neither angle nor horizon. Let's just click on save, and let's head on over to the configuration tab. And here we can motor stop is already set, so that means that even when you arm your Whoop, the motors are going to spin unless you give it some throttle. And let's just change this. What do you think about naming this Carlaidoscope? Sure. Okay. So that is going to be pretty much it, and pretty much everything that we need to set in BetaFlight. So we just hit save and reboot, and now we can just take this out to the field.